Anti-Afro Spengalis. I wanted to come on here to put some things in perspective about Dumpsey D. Derell, who's under the 9-count indictment for healthcare fraud, 5 counts, and aggravated identity theft, 4 counts. Think back on the 7+ years that Dumpsey D. Derell perpetrated all of these atrocities in and around the Umar Johnson sector. You know what the karma is for Dumpsey D. Derell? Why it really hits home so precisely, square between the eyes, is because the Southern District of Texas has a lot of people perpetrating Medicare fraud and engaged in false billing, claimed to provide services, but they didn't. Yes, this does include submitting claims for people who are dead, expecting to get paid and actually getting paid. I mean, how do you provide services to dead people? If that isn't sick, I don't know what is. I happen to believe that in most instances, they know the people are dead. Already got paid on the other claims, so they're probably going to pay on these. They're not going to know. They're not going to find out. And they just keep on billing. All of the people in the Southern District of Texas, there is no way the government is going to detect every single one, arrest every single one, take them to trial, then place them in prison. It's not mathematically possible. There are far more frauds than there are prosecutors and law enforcement to deal with them. The PPP loan scam itself, they're saying it's $200 billion. So the karma that came a calling was Dumpsey D. Derell was not going to be among those who went undetected. They got him. His conduct was so egregious in and around the Umar Johnson sector, and how he perpetrated these crimes for which the feds are prosecuting him for. Dumpsey D. Derell had a lot of help. The subjects out there who are in agony deserve to be in agony. And what is the reason for that? Because they went along with it. Isn't it supposed to be that way? If innocent people are targeted and the subject, Dumpsey D. Derell, who's leading the charge, with a wallet full of stolen cash, and he was doling it out. What kind of sense would it make that the subjects that benefited from that money, and it wasn't just here and there, arbitrarily, he literally supported multiple subjects. He satisfied gambling debts. He pulled subjects out of the red, paid rent, paid motel fees, food bills, you name it. He paid it. It was no one-shot deal. Those subjects were just as happy as Dumpsey D. Derell to spread all this bullshit around about innocent people. Just as happy, enjoyed themselves to the mega max. So why would it be that they're not feeling the same as Dumpsey D. Derell? They're going to feel bad like Dumpsey D. Derell, and they deserve to feel bad because they participated in the bullshit. Why in the hell should they feel good right now? Who's expecting them to feel good? They deserve how they feel right now because of what they did. They targeted innocent people. This is not a complete list. So the subjects out there who thought it was so damn funny to jump on panels, to type in chats, to follow Dumpsey D. Derell's lead and make up even more lies, knowing they were going to get a financial reward or at least a shout out or a fake alliance. What I mean by fake alliance is there were other subjects who had their own axes to grind because we left their channel based on the way they were acting towards us, unprovoked, clearly very resentful about other stuff. I could go on and on. Then they go hook up with Dumpsey D. Derell, thinking that's going to give them some sort of power surge, that this would have some effect, a desired effect that they were unable to obtain on their own. So they go hook up with Dumpsey D. Derell, even though he's spoken about them like shit. And yes, that's a financial motive attached to that as well, because some of the subjects, at least for a brief period of time, had monetization. They thought it was going to drive traffic back over to their channel. What ended up happening in all of those circumstances got demonetized. The financial incentive to engage in disgusting, vile, reprehensible behavior targeting people was just too irresistible. Obviously, for subjects who are used to that, accustomed to that off YouTube. So they're coming onto YouTube just showing you who they are and expecting you to go along with it. No, was never going to work that I would ever go along with any bullshit like that. But by and large, it was financially driven. Financially driven. They had the greatest time of their lives targeting innocent people, even people who were not even associated with the space. Just like Dumpsey D. Derell met his fate, so will the others. And I venture to say, in a lot of instances, their state of existence is a part of the punishment. It's part of the karma. When you hear and see these subjects, obviously have all these issues, and nobody walking planet Earth is perfect. Are you serious? This is not what I'm trying to say. But the degree of the very obvious state of those who have very serious problems. Don't forget the surprises. Don't forget how subjects freaked out upon learning what Dumpsey was actually doing. Billing dead people, taking advantage of people who have very serious physical and mental disabilities. He swooped down and took full advantage of them. While he was doing that, he was on YouTube targeting innocent people and trying to make them take responsibility for his criminal behavior that we didn't even know existed to this extent. I mean, it didn't take long for us to figure out he was a criminal because what happened with the licensing board. But he was relentless. He was relentless because he needed to uphold this facade. I want to make sure it's clear. Anyone that went along with that, you have it coming to you. Whatever you deserve coming to you. Like karma says, it has no menu. You get served what you deserve. You don't get to decide how the situation will come to be. You get what you deserve, like Dumpsey got what he deserved. I mean, just imagine just going on and on and on for all these years, signing on, supporting, endorsing, spreading around the garbage that Dumpsey wanted spread around, and really think that's it. Like it says here, karma has no menu. You get served what you deserve. You can't tell karma, okay, karma, I want to only get this coming back to hit me square between the eyes. I don't want that to hit me square between the eyes. It's going to hit you square between the eyes. It's going to hit you square between the eyes. It is very bizarre how subjects spend so much of their time targeting other people, but try to switch the scenario around when people defend themselves. It's not effective because those on the attack who were doing it primarily for money, if they weren't doing it for money, they were doing it for acceptance, which to a lot of people means a lot more and goes a lot further than cash money. They just need to be accepted and told how important they are, not even realizing they're being used like a dish rag that's never been washed. They are the ones being used. And what ended up happening as a result of Dumpsey putting all these flunkies on the payroll? We get to find out the money was stolen all along. Stolen money. He was financing this scam, this fraud, this $4 million scheme, not a $1.5 million scheme, a $4 million scheme, just as it says right here, and expected people to bow down to him behind it all. Hell no. Same goes for these other subjects who keep trying to shut people up, who are talking about this. I'm not changing anything that I'm doing. I'm going to continue to report on the situation with Dumpsey D. Derell. It's of no consequence what anyone else has to say about it. And in particular, those who are riding right along with Dumpsey as he engaged in all of these atrocities. They thought it was the funniest damn thing in the world, but now they're trying to tell us we're not going to laugh. The hell, I'm going to laugh if I want to laugh. At any given situation when it calls for it. I'm not going to sit here and wonder about who the hell is offended because I'm laughing at whatever I'm laughing at. It certainly isn't funny now for those subjects who are up under Dumpsey getting paid. Furious, enraged. You could just see and hear the emotion. Very unhappy that he got nabbed. Well, he got nabbed. It indeed was inevitable. It was going to happen, and it did happen. I'm glad that it happened. It needed to happen. It's not meant to be that somebody would be up in these YouTube streets targeting innocent people thinking nothing was to come of it. That exacerbates the karma. Thinking you have a right to do it, then really believing once you're getting caught doing it, you shouldn't get any consequences. What is the reason Dumpsey shouldn't get any consequences? 99% of those who are convicted of aggravated identity theft get prison time. I haven't heard yet one instance where Dumpsey D. Derell was needed at home, was valued at home. It's not a factor. Someone had mentioned his kids are adults. Not a factor. And if he's going to sit here and say, well, I was paying and supporting them with stolen money, go out and prove you can make an honest living. How? Driving around in the cars that he paid for with stolen money? That's how Dumpsey D. Derell is supposed to be commanding anyone's respect? I don't have to read anything on the screen to you. You see it. You experienced it with your own ears and your own eyes. But now the mad dash is on. Now who can I get to support and defend me? Who's going to support and defend Dumpsey D. Derell? They're going to stop us from talking about this? No. They want to support Dumpsey D. Derell? Go put money on his books when he gets convicted. What I plan to do when I come to YouTube, like I've always done, and not going to let anyone stand in my way because they can't handle the fact that Dumpsey D. Derell got his ass busted. He needed to get busted, he deserved to get busted, and he got busted. There's no getting out of this. Federal charges, folks. Federal charges. You think you can go and save Dumpsey D. Derell? Be my guest. I want to emphasize anybody who participated in this bullshit is getting what they deserve. And like I said, it may already be happening right before our eyes. In one regard, I'm so glad they didn't give a damn about Dumpsey D. Derell. All they cared about is seeing if we can suffer as a result of what he was doing. And they took money in order to help facilitate that process. I'm not leaving out those who didn't get paid, those on the sidelines cheering with just as much evil and wicked in their soul. They're equally dissatisfied. And that brings an equal amount of satisfaction to those who were targeted. It failed from A to Z, whether they got paid or not. They were hoping for the same thing. They were waiting for the same thing. And what they were waiting for and what they were hoping for with respect to us fell upon Dumpsey D. Derell by his own devices. So the fact that they took money, exerted effort, realized the money is stolen, knowing they're going to get no more money from Dumpsey D. Derell, that garners an immense amount of satisfaction. Simply can't stand the fact that we fared exceptionally well in this situation. And we will continue to elevate our degree of satisfaction, culminating with the imposition of a prison sentence. And let's say, even if there is no prison sentence, by some stretch of the imagination, Dumpsey D. Derell is still going to be under post-conviction supervision, aka traditional term is probation, and we will still be in the driver's seat. He will not be able to do the things he was doing before, and he can't even associate with the subjects he was associating with before. He's not supposed to be doing it now. Who's in the driver's seat? We are in the driver's seat. We stay in the driver's seat because all of this was initiated by Dumpsey and his paid flunkies, and they failed miserably. This is an irretractable accumulation of victories while Dumpsey D. Derell and his paid flunkies and apologists take loss after loss after loss after loss. And this is almost the ultimate. It will not be the ultimate until Dumpsey D. Derell's ass is locked up in a prison cell. He committed crimes and deserves to be punished. I will continue to reemphasize what makes Dumpsey D. Derell 1% of the population who doesn't deserve prison time for his crimes. Everyone else who gets a conviction with these charges gets prison time except for 1%. Fine, presumption of innocence in the legal sense. This is my personal opinion, protected by the First Amendment, and innocent until proven guilty is a Fifth Amendment right. Go for it. This is my First Amendment right to say this low down dirty dog, the Stephen ass wicked bastard, is guilty. Straight up guilty. He was busted before. He's now busted again. And the only outcome, incarceration. The facts are the facts. What happened, happened. Trying to scream people down and cut them off because you don't want them to talk about what Dumpsey did in the past too damn bad. What Dumpsey did in the past is coming back to bite him in the ass like it has so many others in the past, in the present, and surely in the future. Listen, folks, I got more coming your way. In the meantime, buyer beware.